Hello, and welcome to Movie Phone. If you know the name of the movie you'd like to see, press 1 now. Wow, I've never had my soul taken by the Movie Phone guy before. Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you've never been here before, I'm Fat Sajak. That's it. I'm drinking a strawberry cream polar seltzer. Looks like this. It's quite good. Tastes like a Starburst. Today we're talking about 2 topics. It's got to be at least 3 to be an episode of The Dump, so don't even come here knocking. What? It's a 2-topic video today. But really both topics are one and the same in many ways. So today we're going to talk about Colleen Ballinger. We're going to talk about James Charles. I feel like we literally just did that, but we're doing it again, so get over it. I made my bed. No, I didn't. I still need to figure out. Well, fuck you too. I think Scream might go over here. And I have some other things that are gonna go over here. I think that might be the plan. Anyway, you don't care. That's not what we're here to talk about today. We're here to talk about James Charles and Colleen Ballinger. Who are we gonna talk about first? I don't know. Child predator, child groomer, child predator, child groomer. Let's start with the predator, I guess. James Charles was under fire recently for, as you well know, if you exist on the internet or if you watch my videos or anyone who also makes videos like this, or you watch James Charles videos, or you watch people making fun of James Charles videos. I don't know. If you know, you know, and if you don't, I'm gonna tell you. It's really quite simple. So James Charles made a really disgusting, insensitive video basically shaming the fuck out of some random woman who said, hey, I lost my job in this massive Spirit Airlines layoff. Here's my GoFundMe, anything helps. And he took to the internet and shamed the shit out of her and called her lazy and actually what he called her was a lazy piece of shit. To be precise, basically told her, stop spending your time copy-pasting GoFundMes into celebrities' DMs and go look for another job, as if it was as easy as, I don't know, DMing some minors a picture of your botched BBL, I guess. So he, first made a video doubling down on it, and then made an apology, which you can imagine how contrived that felt, or you don't have to imagine if you've seen it. He donated to the GoFundMe of the woman that he shamed to shit. He apologized to her in DMs. We went over that in the last video, and she basically said, fuck you. No thanks, don't want your apology, and for that, I love her. But he's made another video about this, so I think it's time we watch it. I know a couple other channels have covered, is that shiny or cracked? I know a couple other channels have covered this already. People have been a lot faster on the draw than I have been in the month of May. I don't know why. Do you mind? Anyway, let's watch this what I'm sure is a very, very interesting and... The fuck did I just say? By the way, I'm leaving the door open today. Alright, let's see what James Charles has to say.
The video that I posted 2 weeks ago now about the Spirit Airlines situation was awful. That video was terrible, it was nasty, it was disrespectful, it was completely unnecessary. And seeing clips of it all over my For You page is embarrassing to say the least.
You know what? I don't care about how embarrassed James Charles feels. Because if you remember when he admitted to sexting minors, he talked a lot about how embarrassing it was, that he was so desperate, that he was trying to hook up with kids, basically, in his DMs. Not basically, literally.
There is no excuse for making that video, so I'm not going to sit down today and try to give you one. I fucked up, point blank, period. Okay. Video ends there then? Are we done talking? Like, I don't know. There's no perfect way to, make an apology or fix a fuck up, right? There's no one size fits all answer, but especially for somebody like James Charles, who in my eyes is just irredeemable. If you're caught and then admit to and apologize for sending lewd photos to minors and sexual
text to minors, you don't get other chances, in my opinion. Like, that's just my personal, like, that's my personal motto when it comes to things like that. So for me, I'm biased, because for me, James Charles is just simply irredeemable. Doing lip service to hit all the buzzwords and the correct ways to say things, like, everything about this already feels very performative. Which, like, again, considering the person, I don't feel like is a far off estimation.
When I initially posted that video, it was on my spam account, which for anybody that might not be familiar is basically my second page where every piece of content is me crashing out and yelling at the camera over any random topic. The videos are supposed to be relatable and funny, and I talk about things like the hantavirus cruise or parking tickets or the cost of guacamole.
So people getting a very deadly illness and the high cost of living are things that are supposed to be funny and relatable to the everyman? I'm sorry, the every child? Okay, sure.
But nothing about that Spirit Airlines video was in line with that content at all.
I mean, kinda. If the things that you're saying are relatable and funny are you ranting about a deadly virus and how fucking expensive groceries are in a time of economic decline and increasing poverty and joblessness and homelessness and whatnot. So I do actually feel like there is some kind of tangential relation. But maybe that's just me.
I, to be completely honest with you, don't know what I was going through that day that led to me or allowed me to be so triggered by an individual one-off message like that.
Oh, you're a fucking dick. I think that's what it is. No offense. I mean, you know, be a fucking dick all you want, but, like, own it. I'm a dick. I don't understand how things work because I've never actually had to work a real job because I'm an influencer. And as all influencers do, I ruin everything.
And I really don't know what the hell went through my head to think it was appropriate in any way, shape, or form to make a piece of content about somebody reaching out asking for a helping hand at a vulnerable time.
Well, to me it says that's who you are at your core because you let them out of the bag, you know? I don't think you make a video like that, like, not in jest, unless you mean it. Unless that's who you are at your core. That's my opinion. I don't think that there's any way to say, like, oh, I don't, you know, to do the whole, like, I don't even recognize that person, or, like, that's, you know, I don't know what would have pushed me over the edge to behave like that. That's who you are. That's just who you are. And I think, like, maybe instead of whatever we're about to do performative here-wise, maybe it's time to, like, actually look at, like, who you are and either change that or just accept it and admit it.
The intention behind that video was not to accuse anybody unemployed of being lazy, and it was also not to accuse any hardworking people of not working hard enough.
Girl, you literally called her a lazy piece of shit. Those were your words. Your words were lazy piece of shit. Hummingbirds. What was I saying? Oh yeah, he literally called her a lazy piece of shit. Literally, those were his words. A lazy piece of shit. Went on and on about how the time that she spent copy and pasting this GoFundMe into DMs, she could have spent sending 100 resumes, as if those times lined up. The intention behind it was to be a dick. The intention behind it was to go off on somebody who asked, not even straight up asked him for money, just said anything helps, which means, like, share a fucking link. Really not hard. Surely people with money, influencers, things like that, who, by the way, should be giving out their fucking money. I'm not gonna beat around the bush here. People like James Charles should be giving out their money because you got your money for nothing. You got your money off being at the right place at the right time. You are making an inordinate amount of money for what you are actually worth. And especially in influencer culture, because without the viewers, you don't make the money, right? Like, an actor makes money regardless, right? They make a fee, and then there are things like residuals, and also they're, like, doing stuff. An influencer without an audience is nothing. You are influencing nothing. The audience is why you have the money you have. As a person, you should feel a gravitation toward a humanitarian effort of some kind. You should feel the need to gravitate towards helping people that you don't know, that you do know. As a human being, you should want to help other human beings. That is a normal thing to feel. That is somebody who has empathy, who cares about other people. This whole, I don't know what I was going through. I don't know what would possess me to do such a thing. This is who you are. You're a jerk. And it might be time to face that instead of doing whatever we're about to do here.
But that is how the video came across, and I feel fucking terrible for contributing to those narratives. I know that when I post this video today, there will probably be comments of people saying, you know, James, you're only making this response because of the backlash. And I want you to know that is true. When I first posted this video, clearly I didn't see a problem with it. It embarrassingly did take people making videos and me getting hate comments and backlash to actually take a step back, put myself in check, and realize what I said here is not okay.
That's the most shocking part to me, is it took people telling James that, which tells me that James Charles does not have, we already know that James Charles' moral compass has been fucking stepped on and shattered, but it also tells me that James Charles does not have the moral compass to know that the things coming out of his mouth are insensitive. Like, he's so far out of touch for being, 27? And only having been an influencer his whole fucking life. Like, the degree to which he is out of touch is, there are no words for it. The fact that someone had to tell him that calling a person who lost her job and was just looking for some help a lazy piece of shit, and then doubling down on it in another video, the fact that he had to be told that that was wrong is insane.
And now I need to educate myself as to why.
No, you don't need to educate yourself on anything. You just need to be a better person.
And that's what I've been working on doing over the last 2 weeks. I uploaded a video on the same spam account apologizing, and since then, a lot of people have reached back out. The original Spirit Airlines employee did end up coming forward, so I was able to send her a private apology and donate to her GoFundMe.
By the way, James Charles only donated $500 to this girl's GoFundMe. James Charles is a multimillionaire. Not only did you humiliate this girl, call her a shit ton of names, and shame her for just being unemployed and asking for help, the most you could do was give her $500? Okay.
As well as several other Spirit Airlines employees that were also affected by the bankruptcy. However, I'm well aware that an apology video and a couple of donations from my couch in LA are not enough. In the initial video, I made a comment of like, welcome to the real world, why don't you just go get another job?
So you made that comment several times, welcoming someone who actually lives in the real world to the real world, which is hilarious because not a day in his life has James Charles Dickinson once lived in the real world.
And I now realize that that is literally just not possible. I knew that the economy and the job market weren't great, but I'm ashamed to admit my level of ignorance when it came to how bad it actually was.
Here's the thing. Honestly, I could live with an influencer like not knowing how bad the job market is, right? Because you don't have to know how bad the job market is. It doesn't affect you. You make a ton of money. I get it. I get that disconnect. Do I think it's a good thing? No, but I understand it. However, the problem is James Charles' ignorance came out in vitriol. It came out with a hatred for poor people. It came out with a hatred for the unemployed and people facing homelessness and hunger and running out of ways to feed their fucking families. Like, not to mention the burden of then having to figure out health insurance. Things are really, really fucking bad right now. Like, real bad. Like, worse than most of us have ever seen it. And the fact I could live with the I actually could live with the ignorance of not being aware of how bad things really are. But it's what he did with that lack of information, which is coming at people for simply struggling in a really disgusting way.
but now I'm definitely more in the loop because the last 2 weeks have been spent having a lot of conversations and listening to people.
Wow, you must be in the loop. Economist James Charles.
Whether it was a supporter, a non-supporter, a mean message, a nice message, I have just been reading and taking in as many stories as I possibly can to better understand what it is actually like living in the real world.
Girl, you're never gonna know what it's like living in the real world. I actually hope you do one day learn what it's like living in the real world from a prison cell, but that's neither here nor there.
And realize I have been far departed from that for a very fucking long time because of the privileged, secluded little influencer bubble that I have been in.
Yeah. That's good that you were able to echo the sentiments of people who said that. It's bad that you needed to be told that. Hope this helps.
People have shared stories with me about getting laid off, companies filing for bankruptcy. People have told me about wanting to work but not being able to because of disability or medical, or even people applying for hundreds of jobs and never...
Disability or medical, what the fuck does that even mean? You're just saying words. Yes, some people can't work because of disabilities. Or medical? What does that mean? I think it's so stupid. Like, this is such a lip service bullshit thing. Like, nobody cares what you know about the economy and the job market. Listening to people's stories about their struggles it doesn't take away the fact that James Charles' knee-jerk reaction to "help me, I'm poor" is,
"You lazy piece of shit."
That damage is done. You can't undo that. And I don't think you can come back from that. First of all, you shouldn't have been coming back from sexting minors. But second of all, I don't think you can come back from, I think poor people are garbage, essentially.
For hearing back from recruiters. I've heard people tell me that they have 2, 3, 4 jobs and still can't put food on the table.
Are you, yes, correct. But like, are you saying this to us like it's news to us? Because like, this is what we live in. Regurgitating this information isn't really doing much, you know. But okay.
Because the cost of living is just that high. And I now realize that most people want to work, but quite literally cannot because of circumstances completely out of their control and a system that is working against them every single step of the way.
No fucking way. There's Jeremy in the Geo Metro. I gotta go. He's literally just regurgitating information that we all already know. So, like, good job, you retained something, I guess.
And I feel awful for contributing to the idea that if you're not working overtime, you're not working hard enough, because that should not be the reality that we're all okay with.
Again, why is this something you didn't know or consider? Prior to this, were you of the mindset that people should have to work 4 jobs and 900-hour weeks to barely be able to pay their bills and put food on the table? Like, that was... And now that mindset has changed. Like, I'm confused.
I know that my job as an influencer is easy as hell, right? I have such a blessed job to be able to make videos online and teach people how to do makeup.
Well, who's gonna teach you though, James? Also, those fuck-ass Shirley Temple curls, I hate them. If I could have one wish, it would be for like someone to shave his head in the middle of the night. That's all. I'm just sharing.
Clearly, I have lost touch with the amount of privilege that it is to be able to do this for a living.
No, you're very much in touch with the privilege. You've lost touch with all the other things.
And I'm really embarrassed by that, and obviously need to come back down to earth and do my best to use my platform for the right reasons. Clearly, I have done not the best job of that in the past, but I can always do a better job in the future, and I want to showcase to you guys.
Are you about to sell me a fucking timeshare or something?
That I've heard the backlash, I'm learning, and I want to put my money where my mouth is and hopefully be able to make a long-lasting impact. Today, I'm going to be launching the Painted Project.
Oh, good. A tax write-off. Go on.
This is a brand new organization that I'm working on building with my team with an initial personal contribution of $250,000. Every single cent of that is going to go directly towards helping people in need that have been affected by a crisis. Now, I will be transparent and say that launching something like this is not fast and it's not easy. It's fine. It's going to be a multi-year thing that I'm really looking forward to putting my all into.
Bet, especially come tax time. Sounds Pretty beneficial.
But we're starting off with 3 initial launch phases. The first phase that is going to be starting next week on paintedproject.org is going to be initial emergency relief funding. This means direct cash support and resources towards people that have been fucked over by circumstances completely out of their control.
Okay, but that's like a completely subjective thing, right? That's a completely subjective sentence. Like, I would like to see the hard numbers on this and where this money goes, because a lot of people get fucked over by circumstances out of their control. How are you going to discern who you're giving money to? Because, like, I would say, like, typically he's not done talking about it yet. I don't even know if we're gonna I don't even know if I have all of his explanation here, but, like, typically if you're going to start an organization like that, you would have, like, certain, like, hard demographics that you're going to donate to. It feels very broad.
And hopefully being able to help out those individuals to get back up on their feet, working again, so they can put food on the table for themselves and their families. The second phase of this is going to be working with local organizations that are actually on the ground to make sure that once those people are back up working again in the workforce, they're able to stay in those career paths to continue being successful and growing.
Okay, which ones? Which organizations on the ground? Name them.
The third step, which is going to be a little bit further down the line, but I'm very excited about, is going to be providing scholarships and tuitions towards creative education programs. This platform and job has changed my life and my family's life forever. And I know that there's a lot of people out there that would love to be able to work in creative industries, but can't because of roadblocks that are out of their control.
Right. Yeah, this sounds like a load of crap to me. Look, I'm all for when influencers fuck up putting money where their mouth is. I think that's a wonderful thing that most of them should do. But it shouldn't take things like this for them to do it. It shouldn't take a cancellation or having been a complete fucking numbnuts on the internet and having that go viral for you to want to do good things for people. Also, this organization will be a tax write-off. This whole ordeal will be a tax write-off for him. Right? So it's mutually beneficial. Because of course it is. Because if it was a truly selfless act, the benefit to him would be zero. You know, I feel like the kickback of getting, a tax write-off is, I don't know. Like I said before, I don't hate a lot of people. I strongly dislike a lot of people. I dislike a lot of people. I don't like a lot of people. I hate James Charles. You start sexting minors, and I'm sorry, but like that's a hard line in the sand for me. It should be a hard line in the sand for fucking everybody. I don't know why this fucking marble mouth clown still has a career, or money, or those god awful nails. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I just want him to go away. Fade into obscurity with your bad makeup and your ugly ass hair, you fucking broccoli head. Let's move on.
Because you message drama channels.
Alright, I want to talk about Colleen Ballinger today too. I don't have like a big story. I'm not going to share a video, but we're going to talk about a video that she posted yesterday. I know friend of the channel Peter Mon is also, I think, going to cover this. So let's see who gets their video out first. It's going to be Peter Mon. I'm at the casino while you're watching this. Okay, so yesterday, Colleen Ballinger posted a vlog because she's been vlogging again in between her very, very important shows that many people are going to for realsies. She has posted a few vlogs since the last show she did, which was mid-May. Her thumbnails make me want to kill myself. Back on tour, day in the life on tour, snakes, farts, and waterfalls. I think I referenced that in the last video where it was like 90% about farts, because Colleen Ballinger is what some doctors like to call not even a little bit funny. I made a huge mistake on stage. Whoops. That got a whopping 24,000 views on a channel that has 2.91 million subscribers. The next one is The Birds Are Talking to Us, which of course she has to include her child in the thumbnail, because if you're not exploiting your children, what are you doing? And then she uploaded one yesterday called Working at My Kid's School. I'm so excited. And as of 21 hours ago, that has amassed 16,000 views, which, like, listen, getting views on a video, any video at all ever, is is a feat, right? Especially as a just a content creator, not like a celebrity or, you know, somebody who has like a weekly show or like a gimmick, you know, like something very specific that people come back to tune in to. But these are abysmal views for a channel with almost 3 million subscribers. And they should be abysmal because Colleen herself is, in fact, also abysmal. All the videos with her kids in the thumbnail definitely do better, which is disturbing. So she uploaded this video working at my kid's school. I'm so excited. So this video tells me a couple things. First of all, if you don't know anything about Colleen Ballinger, the allegations, in a nutshell, the allegations against her are of child grooming, and the allegations are pretty solidly backed up with things like proof. And to be clear, because I'm summarizing it that succinctly, I do recommend you check out the playlist if you're unfamiliar with the Colleen Ballinger lore. But because I'm summarizing it that succinctly, I want to clarify that, like, I mean child grooming as in promises of friendship or employment or you know, more and more and more and more in a parasocial relationship with minors, not seeking out any sort of like sexual gratification or anything. Just because I think that that's an important distinction to make when we're talking about grooming. I feel like when you talk about grooming, people inherently think sexual advances were made, etc. Not the case, though it's a slippery slope because she was also sending out Trisha Paytas's nudes for the sole purpose of making fun of her. So, you know, technically sexual harassment of a minor. Do with that what you will. Anyway, super succinct. I'm nailing it. So I watched this video against my better judgment. And basically, Colleen is so excited because she was tapped to make some crowns for the school play. And that's really it, because her passions in life are touring and performing and crafts and her kids, as she says. And because of this, she was through the roof. Now, the title and the thumbnail have me wondering if we are actually oblivious to, I don't want to say the public perception, because I don't believe you should just succumb to whatever the public's perception of you is. But like, when what is being perceived is your behavior being inappropriate around children in various aspects, I think it's important to factor that in when you're making content. So she's either like actually oblivious to the fact that perhaps after several allegations of child grooming and being inappropriate with children, with proof, that maybe, just maybe, working at my kid's school is not the move in terms of titling a video or even being the subject matter of the video. I don't think that Colleen is oblivious. I think it's worse than that. I think she knows exactly what this gives off, and I think she doesn't care. That's just my opinion. I think that she knows exactly how it looks and exactly what people will say, and I think she's doing it anyway. I think it is rage bait. Amazon, I hear you. I feel you. Get out of my fucking neighborhood. Now listen, I don't expect her to like not get involved with her kid's school and the things that happen there. Like, that's insane. She's, at the end of the day, a parent. Though apparently she only just heard that you can get involved in things like school plays and volunteering, because she references the fact that she got on the bandwagon of this like prop making very late. And I'm like, but why? What the fuck were you doing? For somebody who's so excited to make crowns for the kids in the school play, you'd think she'd be all over the volunteering. Elementary schools send like 9 million emails a minute. You can't be uninformed about what's going on at your kid's school. It's like literally impossible. This woman has had the opportunity this entire time to either like own up, make amends, apologize for real, accept her part in it, admit her part in it, and move forward, or get off the internet, or to just move forward if she doesn't want to do that. All she has to do is move on. And like, she continues to make these clickbaity fucking videos that nobody fucking watches. They only go and talk about it on Reddit, where the people are cool and I like them very much. I don't understand this. I don't understand this. She can't let go of her YouTube career. She doesn't want to let go of her YouTube career, which, okay, I get it. You were pseudo famous once. You made millions of dollars. You know, you had a lot of fans that were kids. People liked you, external validation, yada, yada, yada. I get it. At this point, this is what your career is. Rage baiting people. And don't get me wrong, it works. I'm here talking about it now. But, like, for what? For what? For what? AI allegedly wrote her fucking shows. So she's not even writing. If that's the case, she's not even writing her own material anymore, which honestly might be for the best. Go retire. Go work at In-N-Out. Go get a post office job. Go work at Dollar Tree. Maybe James Charles can give you some professional advice. I don't fucking know. Maybe he can motivate you into being employed. I don't know. But like, whatever's happening here on this vlog channel, it's just not it. It's really like, she should feel ashamed, honestly. I mean, I can't imagine being accused of being a child groomer, of having all of these screenshots and videos and stuff of her being inappropriate with her... Whoa, tornado. I can't imagine having all of that hurled at me. Make a video with a fucking ukulele where I am like, oh, everybody's out to get me. This is toxic gossip. Continuing on 3 years later, rage baiting audiences for reactions. Like, it's so sick. Like, I don't know. I believe that she knows what she's doing, and it's kind of fucking sick. And like, when people ask, like, because I get this in my comments a lot, like, what would it take for her to not get hate for like existing anymore? First of all, I feel like that ship has kind of sailed. At this point, it's been almost 3 years. She's chosen, instead of like truly owning up to being gross with kids, and specifically the things that, you know, she had done to the main we'll call them the main players in the story, you know, Adam McIntyre and Becky and Oliver and Ella and all of them, to really look at all of this and just not address any of it. I can't imagine a time in my life where someone was like, you groom children, and I was like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I would be screaming it from the rooftops until the day I died that I had never ever been inappropriate with children if I hadn't. Which I haven't, but you know, she has. But also, like, what will it take for her to not get hate for existing anymore? Not this. Not this. And like, before you say it, like, do those kids, are they afforded any sort of privacy? Are they afforded like moments for themselves, or things for themselves, experiences for themselves that don't involve her blabbing at a fucking vlog camera? That don't involve them being exploited? Because at the end of the day, that's what this is. This is part of that child exploitation. I understand wanting to share stuff about your kids and the things that they're doing and the things that you're doing with them or for them or whatever. I get the want, right? Like, I'd love to share a bunch of cool shit about my kids, but I don't, for their safety and their privacy. Kids have a right to privacy, period. There's no way in hell that this woman does not check Reddit to see what people actually are saying about her, because I know those comments have to be censored. There's still not a negative one in there. And like, I'm not encouraging people to leave negative comments. I'm not a negative comment leaver. I leave all my negative comments right here. I don't leave negative comments. I don't think people should leave negative comments. But that's my personal philosophy. And the internet leaves negative comments. Especially with someone as disliked as Colleen Ballinger is now. You're telling me not a single negative comment makes its way into the comment section of a Colleen vlog? With how much my fellow commentary channels and I have spoken about her, not a single one makes its way through. Again, not encouraging it, but suspicious. IMO. I just think it's like, this is insane rage bait. It's a nothing burger of a video with a rage bait title. But I think the important thing to note here is that VidCon removed Rachel Ballinger from their featured creators, and I think that's good. I think good on them for making that choice. I am surprised that they made that choice, because rarely do the corporations make a good one, but they did, and we talked about that, I think, in the last video. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, you're confused, and you're gonna stay that way. So a little justice for Adam McIntyre there, which I'm happy to see. I didn't really have much on this video. Like, again, the video itself was a nothing burger. It wasn't even worth showing you any of it. She just pisses me off. All right, I gotta go. My weed whacker's here. Make sure you're subscribed. I didn't even do my whole subscribe. I didn't even do a whole subscribe spiel at the beginning of this. I was so rusty. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We just hit 50K. That's very exciting. That was a goal for like the end of the year, since my channel's always been kind of like a slow burn. But that's very exciting. We're gonna do something to celebrate. I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck that is. I also have a Patreon where we watch a lot of nostalgia content. A lot of Teen Mom, a lot of random movies that I've just been choosing. We just watched The Fly this weekend, which I had never seen before, and I actually really loved. So if you want to watch old movies with us that none of my patrons asked for, or watch some Teen Mom or I Love the 90s, it's a good time. You can join for $1 and you get all the benefits, and you can watch all the things. You can follow me over on Instagram, and that's about it. I gotta go, and I gotta go. Okay, bye. Hello, beautiful. Oh, I love you. I love you so much. I'm gonna name you later on my own time. Hummingbirds. Can you hear them? It just sounded insane.